something to prove. I spent the check on the diamond cross, but still ain't paid my dues. She gotta be number one, number two never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, got enough juice to end the drought. Yeah, I buy like 23. Won't fall again, and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, yeah, champion, huh? Yeah, we here.
Today, from Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, it's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports. The Carolina Panthers taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And this will make it into the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Now here comes Teddy Bridgewater, first-round pick back in 2014 as he looks to command this Panther offense.
And he did everything possible to rally his team to a win last week, didn't he? What did he throw for?
Over 450 yards.
I mean, that's a pretty phenomenal performance. So, obviously, he and the offense were clicking pretty well. The other 2/3, though, that comes into question. Defense and special teams, they'll need all of them to play better in this one, too.
A running play there, going to get 10 and a quick first down.
That's good for a Carolina Panther.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
On first down, Harden. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 35-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Bridgewater. He'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there, first down. The numbers for him from a week ago. 8 catches, 109 yards, and a touchdown.
That was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit, and this is a guy the defenses had better focus on.
Now, here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. Touchdown, Carolina! Ricky Seals-Jones, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are going to take a first-quarter lead.
You know, as a head coach, you can't hide everything from your team. They know that people think that they're not supposed to be on the field with them. So they designed a heck of a game plan, didn't they? Nice fast start, get out after them, and maybe let everyone know that they're here to compete.
And get this home crowd behind them early as well.
Yeah, that's a huge part of it, isn't it? Because if you get the home crowd involved, sometimes you can ride that wave, and that gives you a little added pep.
Taking it about the 1. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
carry now for Keyshawn Vaughn. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Buccaneer ball carrier.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
At the 34-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. And it's third down.
Looking to throw. Miller. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
A gain of 11.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on third down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 36. 11 yards there, first down. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Back to throw. Miller. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Number 84. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
First and 10. At their own 25.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
37 yards.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 35-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Bridgewater. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Carl Lawson in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So Bridgewater needing to work a little magic after that sack on a 3rd and long. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Here's Miller on 1st and 10. This one complete to Scott Miller. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Scotty Miller, 97 yards. And the Bucs have taken the lead.
the kicker on for the point after.
Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. Bridgewater and the Panthers going to come up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll set up to throw from the gun. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
It's a gain of 9.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete.
That's good for a Carolina Panther.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
To number 42.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Good. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Antoine Winfield up from the secondary with the tackle.
44-yard line. It's a pickup of 3.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score Buccaneers 14, Panthers 7.
From the 44, Bridgewater looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Moore. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They run the counter. Harden. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with some.
And how about this, a fake? Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
First down, Buccaneers.
On first down, they go back to Vaughn again. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
He's tackled.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Miller. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. out of the gun. It's a give to Vaughn. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Add this game to the last one, and they move the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Back to throw. Miller eluding the pressure right. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on second and goal?
Brings up second and goal.
Off the play fake. Miller to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. Looking to throw. Miller. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. And it's picked up by the Panthers. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20, 10. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. How about that for a momentum swing? You had it goal to go. Not only do you cough it up, but they pick it up and return it all the way for a touchdown.
And now you have to give oxygen to the entire team because what a letdown that was. Terrific drive. Looked like you're going to get points. Instead, the other team registers them on the scoreboard.
Now Bullock to add the extra point. Now we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
It's a gain of 8, and it brings up 3rd down.
They'll try and run for it with Vaughn. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 3 yards there. Good enough to keep the drive moving. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
It's a gain of 3. First down, Buccaneers.
A run with Vaughn out of the gun. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
On second down, it's Vaughn, and he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
And finally out of bounds all the way down at about the 2. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 48 yards.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and score. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Keyshawn Vaughn. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bucs are going to take the lead.
Kicker on for the extra point.
Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 20.
Teddy Bridgewater and his Panthers ready to go again.
Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Carl Lawson has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
From the contest.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. We'll check on his status when we get back. Here's Michael Pilardi now. On, we think, to punt, though he's faked it earlier, but he was unsuccessful. Seven yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Miller's trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Back to throw. Miller. He's got Evans. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay.
A gain of 16 yards. And a Buccaneer first down.
Miller now on first down.
That's complete to his running back, Evans.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Miller looking to throw on second down. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Buccaneers.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
To number 8.
A 14-yard touchdown. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point.
Bradley Pinion, the kickoff.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. Taken in the end zone.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. 20, 10, and he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And with the clock at all zeros, they get the touchdown. One-score game into the lockers.
And you know what else it does besides boost their confidence? It doesn't change your game plan in it. See, if they're down bigger going into the half, you may have to revise what you plan to do in the second. But now in this spot, within one score in striking distance, you go ahead and keep playing and do what you'd worked on all week long.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season.
And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Brings up 3rd down.
Looking to throw. Miller. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. A big play for the Bucs there on 3rd down. 43 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Sean Vaughn, the ball carrier.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down.
A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
Back to throw. Miller. And that is incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs. Able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Now Miller throwing on 4th down to Evans on the slant. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16.
A gain of 7.
They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Vaughn on 1st and 10. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
On the ground with Vaughn, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Keyshawn Vaughn, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, and the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, 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 and finally. The haymaker to put that drive away.
So that drive consumes 9 plays all told, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. This will make it into the end zone, and this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. From the gun, Bridgewater. He'll have a first down past the 40, and he's got him. Got his man on the end route, complete. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Carl Lawson in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Bridgewater. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Carl Lawson racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. So Bridgewater needing to work a little magic after that sack on a 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35, and he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Bradley Pinion to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Over the middle to Smith. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 15 more yards there and quickly another first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run it. Here's Dillon. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
First down, Bridgewater. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Carl Lawson, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Throwing, Bridgewater. Open man is Reed. He's got it. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Bridgewater. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Carl Lawson in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Looking to throw. Miller. He'll have a first down past the 40. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year, as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. And we're back now in Charlotte. For the 4th quarter, we'll begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Carolina offense about ready to go. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Bridgewater going to lead the Panthers up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. He'll get that complete to Reed. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Bridgewater now. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Carl Lawson, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. The Panthers on 3rd down, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. To throw is Bridgewater. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That's good for a Carolina first. Bridgewater to Moore. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Bridgewater. Smith catches left side. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Traquan Smith, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Here's Bullock now for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to 18. So that drive, 4 plays. And Carolina scores to cap it off. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now beginning this drive 1st and 10. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
By Brian Byrne.
Well, Brandon Pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let him get anywhere near it.
The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophy, some coaches are like, look.
And he... will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Carl Lawson, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Bridgewater. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 12.
To throw, Bridgewater. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Throwing is Bridgewater. His throw incomplete. Ricky Seals-Jones, the intended target. And it's 2nd down.
Ricky Seals-Jones.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They run with Dillon. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Bridgewater. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. This is Dillon. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all.
Dillon, the ball carrier.
No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Brings up 3rd.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Bridgewater to throw it. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Devin White in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. 4th down, they're going. Bridgewater. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Joe Reed, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead.
Lining up for the
4th and goal, and they found a way to throw it in the end zone for a touchdown.
And these defenses, they just like 3 downs, get off the field. But here they had to go 4, couldn't get it done.
A lot of the time, you're looking up and saying, okay, if I hold them for 3, at worst, I give up a field goal attempt. When they go for it, sometimes it really affects the defense because maybe they're not mentally prepared to go that 4th down.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A big play there. 46 yards. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood? Time that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them. But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Well, they're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
And the lead is up to 18 now. And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass. And that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. One play, touchdown.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
at their own 25.
The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Bridgewater and the Panthers going to come up here 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And the Buccaneers have it.
The pass.
Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll give Fournette another crack. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Calling a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
3 straight runs now, and that defense is held.
Yeah, we often talk about how the low man wins, right? Who wins leverage at the line of scrimmage. But it's not just that leverage. It's leverage with power. Who takes the line of scrimmage and moves it one way or the other? Right now I can imagine the defense yelling at the offense, hey guys, if I were you, I'd kick it. You're not getting in.
On 4th down, Miller flush to his right. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. It's their quarterback scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Bucs capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
The defense was almost too good on that play. They took away all of his targets. The one thing they forgot, to account for him as a runner. And he was able to tuck it and go for the end zone and get it done.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
Looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Now the Panthers going to use the 1st of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. They'll go over the middle to Reed, complete. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. 3rd and short yardage, Bridgewater. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. Bridgewater on 1st down. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
One last shot now for Bridgewater. And this is dropped and incomplete.